One of the main problems that I have with the left in today's case is that they believe that fighting climate change involves stuff such as blocking streets, preventing people who need to commute to work, preventing them from getting on their train and then therefore going to work. That's not going to solve climate change. But here's the thing: the problem with the left nowadays is that they don't want solutions. And I will say that outright, and I'll repeat it again if you guys didn't hear me clearly. But the left isn't focused on solutions. They're focused on mass panic, mass hysteria, trying to instill fear into these people. Therefore, they have a reason to increase their power. The whole narrative about the left and what they want to do is climate change is a problem. We're all going to die in a few years. The government is your answer. The government needs to have more power, therefore, they can combat climate change because it's clear that individual people, cannot solve the problem themselves. Now, when it comes to Greta Thunberg, a lot of people say we shouldn't criticize her because she is a minor. But and even then, and if you think that right now, which I'm going to criticize Greta Thunberg, I go to the Nick Sandman situation. It's not okay to criticize minors. Well, in this case, we're talking about Nick Sandman. He's a minor, and he was smeared and threatened for simply wearing a MAGA hat. So when it comes to Greta Thunberg, I will go into this argument, and I will and here's my argument. If you go into the public sphere, meaning politics and etc., you are not immune to criticism. Just because Greta Thunberg is 17 years old doesn't mean she's immune from criticism. But what happens when she's 18? What's going to be the excuse then? What happens when Greta turns 18? Are they still going to say she's still a kid? No, she's an adult. By legally, in many countries, she's going to be an adult in less than a year. So what's going to be the excuse then? But the problem that I have with the left, it isn't because, and I know what you're thinking sometimes too. You're thinking, well, because Carlos doesn't care about the environment. I do. I do care about the environment. I like going to a public park and not have to worry about stepping on a needle, or not have to worry about going into the field of a public park and not have to step on human waste. I want to go to San Francisco and enjoy a beautiful, lively city, not a city that is riddled with homelessness, not a city that is riddled with trash and disease. Right? I do not want to go to San Francisco because of that. I want to go to San Francisco because I want to see what this city really is. But in this case, clearly, what San Francisco is a very, very crappy city, pun intended, of course. Same thing for LA. LA has those, they have that whole city of dreams thing where you can make it big, become an actor, a singer, etc. But if you look at downtown LA, it's riddled with homelessness. But overall, like I said, I want to have a clean area. Obviously, I want to have clean oceans. I want people to have access to clean water. That's a very liberal stance. And in many cases, people confuse me thinking, how can you wear a Trump hat and still be for clean water? Because you can do both. Not all. Again, I will probably disagree with Trump supporters on a lot of things. But overall, though, I don't believe in the idea of the government having so much power that eventually they can tell us what to do and what we can't do. But the problem that I have with the left, especially when it comes to addressing climate change, is that they don't want solutions. Greta Thunberg will tell us night and day that the world is going to end. But if you ask her, what's your solution then? She will tell you bigger government. That the governments need to become more powerful. They need to become more active in our lives, in order to stop the impending doomsday, that will come, which is climate change. But enough about my rant. Let's talk about, let's read from the article from Associated Press. It's going to read a little bit. But again, the whole point of this video is to show you that no matter what you do, these leftists like Greta Thunberg and AOC, and I won't talk about AOC because she's the one who says the world's going to end in 12 years, so there you go. But again, it goes to show you that no matter what you do, these leftists, they don't care about the environment because to them, it's not enough. So again, I'll tell you why this video is going to be mostly about why I cannot agree with the climate change motives, not to mention the methods that they use to so-called combat climate change. So the title reads, Thunberg returns Trump's climate jibe. I don't know how to pronounce the first word. There we go. It's back at you. Thunberg returns Trump's climate jibe. And there's a picture of Greta Thunberg if you're not aware who she is, which I doubt because she's been everywhere lately. The 17-year-old Swedish activist wasted little time on Tuesday to push back against U.S. President Donald Trump's description of climate campaigners as the perennial prophets of doom who predict the apocalypse. Though Trump didn't mention her directly in the speech at the World Economic Forum in the Swiss Alpine resort of Davos, it was clear he had sights on Thunberg, who shot to fame a year ago by staging a regular strike at her school and sparked a global environmental movement. She then beat the US president to receive the Time magazine's award as the 2019 Person of the Year, which is not really a big deal. I mean, I don't see it as a big deal. If Trump would have won the Time Person of the Year, I wouldn't have cared either, because the Time magazine is usually very overrated, in my opinion. Of course, you can disagree with me on that. The facts are clear, but they are still too uncomfortable for you to address, she told business and political leaders in Davos just after Trump's speech, also without directly mentioning the president. You just leave it because you think it's too depressing and people will give up, but people will not give up. You're the ones who are giving up. Thunberg brushed aside Trump's announcement that the U.S. would join the Economic Forum's initiative to plant 1 trillion trees across the globe to help capture carbon dioxide from the Earth's atmosphere. And there you go. So like I said, the leftists are never going to be satisfied. Because in my opinion, I don't think the leftists care about climate change at all. It's all about getting control. The problem is, climate change is a problem, we're all going to die. How do we prevent this? By making a bigger government, by expanding the role of the government. For example, and I'll give you another example when it comes to how the leftists are never satisfied with no matter what solution you put up. For example, in the UK, I think it's in the UK, I could be wrong, you can correct me, but they want to stop, they want to lower carbon emissions. So they end up building a high-speed rail, right? And that's something that leftists want. They want a high-speed rail to decrease carbon emissions. And what do you think is taking place? Turns out that environmental protesters, the people that follow Greta Thunberg, are preventing the construction of such high-speed rail. Why? Because they do not want solutions. They want problems. And the solutions that are being put forth are not the ones they want. A high-speed rail is not going to result in bigger government. In fact, is gonna result in less government, because you're talking about basically the government just simply improving. Not, I would say improving. That's up to you to decide, of course. But and finding a solution to the problem in order to not have it anymore. That's not expanding the government. That's the government's current role in this case, using their current power to benefit the environment. But leftists do not want that. They want more power. In this case, Trump is actually pushing an initiative to plant 1 trillion trees all over the world. However, you might disagree. Sure, it's not enough, or what good are trees gonna do? But I'll tell you this right now. I live in the city. I lived in the city most of my life, and coming from someone who lives in the city, I'll tell you right now, the city life sucks. I like open spaces. I want to go to a park or I want to go to a forest and enjoy nature once in a while. But what does Greta Thunberg say? I'll continue. Planting trees is good, of course, but it's nowhere near enough, Thunberg said. It cannot replace mitigation, she added, referring to efforts to drastically cut emissions in the near term. And there you go. That is why when Greta Thunberg goes out and says she's fighting for a better environment, that's why I don't believe her. Because no matter what we do, even if Trump were to say that he's going to plant 1 trillion trees all over the globe, she will say it's not enough. It's never going to be enough for these people. And I'll tell you this right now. I'm actually very thankful that Trump is actually doing this because, like I said, I'm a person who likes to spend time in nature once in a while. No, obviously, I'm not going to be like a hippie nature person, right? But every time, for example, at my school, we have something called an arboretum. It's literally like a little part where it has a little pond, trees, there's a little section, there's literally like a desert section with cactus. Then there's I would say like a more tropical area somewhat, right? And whenever I feel stressed, whenever I feel like I need some time to think, I go in there, I sit down on a bench, and I just relax, enjoy the view. And I'll tell you this right now, it's literally an enclosed place. Like, you can literally, there's fence around it to prevent trespassers from coming in. But simply by just going in there, it's hard to see the freeway. It's hard to see the student dorms, which are right next to the arboretum. It's hard to see anywhere else on campus. You can just simply sit there, and you can forget about everything that's going on. You can forget about the city. You don't even need the cars. It's very good. I recommend you to go there if you live in Southern California. But it's a very nice place. I like to go there because even though, yeah, I'm in the city, that area for some reason calms me down. I like being around nature. I like seeing the pond. They even have little turtles in the ponds too, which is actually really cool. But I like to spend time away from the city once in a while. So I appreciate Trump for this. But Greta Thunberg isn't too happy about this. And like I said, the video is going to be regarding the whole article, of course, but it's going to be a subject of how for the left it's never enough. Greta Thunberg will literally tell us that the world's going to end in 12 years, that she's lost her childhood, even though she's gotten the privilege to ditch school, which is perfectly fine. If I ditched school back in my day, I would probably get my butt kicked by my parents because they never wanted me to ditch school. But when it comes to Greta Thunberg, that's perfectly fine. But AOC, for example, the same thing. She will tell us the world's going to end in 12 years. And what's the solution? Bigger government. And that's the problem that I have with the climate activists today. They don't want solutions. And if they do want solutions, the solutions that we are putting forth are not the ones they want. Their solution is bigger government, get more control, and next thing you know, we end up losing our rights. Call me a conspiracy theorist if you would like, that's up to you. But that's the solution that they want. Greta Thunberg, you would expect her to say, oh, that's good, but it's not good enough. And my question that I want to ask to her is, then what is good enough for you? What is it that you want? You say you want a cleaner environment. Then what about that individual? I think it was from I forgot. I think it was from from the Netherlands. I think I could be wrong, but I talked about him earlier in other videos where he literally created an invention that cleans up trash from the oceans. That's something that I would actually appreciate. That's actually doing something for the cause. Going out and blocking streets and preventing people from going to work is not helping your cause. In fact, by having cars stand there idle, you're actually increasing carbon emissions if Greta doesn't know about that. Going out to the UN or to going into like global summits and telling countries that they're the ones that are stealing your childhood, that's not helping your cause. You know what is going to help your cause? Planting trees, doing some actual practical things to better the environment. But Greta and the leftists, they don't want that. Their solution is the world is going to end in 12 years. Therefore, the solution is we need bigger government because the government is the only one that can be trusted to solve this problem. And I think it's very ridiculous. But let me know what you guys think about this. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. I really much appreciate that. And share the video because YouTube is not gonna prop me up like other corporate media's outlets such as Fox News, CNN. And let me know what you guys think in regards to the lack of my face on the bottom left corner of your screen. Right now my camera is charging its battery. It ran out of battery, so unfortunately I wasn't able to put my face on the bottom left screen. But actually, I think I prefer this way because I don't have to worry about lighting. I can literally just do this in the middle of the night. I don't have to worry about lighting, and I find it more convenient. But again, let me know what you guys think about that. If you like this new format, or you want me to go to the old one. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think that leftists do not care about solutions when it comes to solving the problem of climate change? Do you even believe in climate change, first of all? But overall, though, do you believe that we should have a cleaner environment? Do you want clean public parks? Do you want to go to the beach, not have to worry about stepping on needles or stepping on glass and go for a swim? Not have to worry about finding, I don't know, like a blade or something in the ocean. You know what I mean? But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, like I said, like, comment, share. That really does help the most. And I'll see you guys in the next video regarding AOC.